Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to present our leadership group assignment where we are consist of four members: Nur Atika bint Abdullah, Nur Shahira bint Rosli, Abrar bint Ahmad and Mohammad Aslam. We choose our leader as the job tips. Today now we are talking about the job tips. Paul and Clara Jobs adopted his job tips, who was born in San Francisco on February 24, 1955 and died on October 2011. He had a sister named Patty. Job enjoyed from the beginning mechanic things, and his father also an extremely accomplished manual laborer. And his household recorded to the Mountain View, California, 1961. Silicon Valley is the name of the region in the southern California that was rapidly becoming into a hub for electronics. Job enjoys working alone as a youngster, but he also is a good swimmer. But he has interest in the teamwork, team sports activities. He displayed an early interest in gadget and technology. Then he started. Job attended a small California school, and Job attended the Red College in Portland. For 2 years after that graduation, he go to high school in order to travel to India and study Eastern religions in the summer of 1974, and he left the school after one semester. And Job became a member of the Homebrew Computer Club in 1975, and he and Uznaik established their own business. 1976, they give it all the name Apple Computer Company in honor of the enjoyable Apple packing summer Jobs had once had. And Job was aware that the computer market had a significant gap. So the majority of the computer at the time were mainframes. They were expensive, they're huge, and that they could fill and enter the room and marketing. So an entire room, making them unaffordable for the most people. And nevertheless, improvements in electronics late and favor computer components and raising the computer's powers within the intention of the selling of individual users. Then, Job was appointed the Apple's temporary CEO in September 1997, and which offered powerful computing at a responsible price. Was introduced by the Jobs 1998. In 1999, the iBook was revealed. The laptop has clamshell design and comes into vibrant colors and include its Apple Airport. A strategy in January 2000. It contained a collections of the internet and based machineries only programmers. Additionally, Jobs declared that he would take over a Apple CEO permanently. Now we are discussing about the job leadership. The best way to describe the job's style is autocratic. He adopted the way of highway and leadership style, and it fell fully accommodated for the choices and the guidance made by his staff. Firstly, the majority of the editors of Steve Jobs reputations as the epitome of difficult leadership is due to his extraordinarily high standard. He was renowned for being at best brutal and has set high standard for all who worked for him. Additionally, Job was highly impotent and expected his team members to perform immediately. He desired their or hard labor. Jobs transferred to the world and not just only technology, and we can bet that he didn't accept it by continuing with business as usual. Job was a great inventor who had a clear idea of how Apple should develop in the future. He appreciably died at a time when every employee would have a computer at their desk and worked non-stop to make their vision a reality. He demonstrated certain characteristics of the transformational leadership in which change identify and brought about. In this way, instead of accepting things as they were, Jobs sought to improve upon them. Steve Jobs had an enormous amount of the love for what he was doing, and the passion was reflected to his work. He was able to navigate the Apple waters because of his zeal. Jobs was deeply devoted to Apple's future and fully believed in the company vision and goal. And he didn't stop there. He also dominated the same degree of the dedication and zeal from his staff. One more the best thing about Jobs was that he didn't demand that his staff adhere to moral standards that he didn't uphold himself. He was right there with them and putting in the hard work, so he didn't expect them work long hours while in the office hour.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Nushaira Rosli. I will talk about trait and characteristics. There are three of them. First, we have he was passionate. Over all things, Steve Jobs was an energetic man. He accepted that his energy drove his diligence and his capacity to continue to work regardless of what difficulties were in his manner. He was cited as saying that energy is the way to energizing an individual's excursion and was plainly energetic with all that he did, especially his now world acclaimed item introductions. Second, we have he was confident. To say Steve Jobs was sure might be putting it mildly. Indeed, numerous individuals would characterize him as narcissistic, implying that he was fearless, egotistical, and tended to execute strong and problematic techniques. Lastly, he was ambitious. At the point when he was first beginning, Steve Jobs was cited on numerous occasions saying he needed to change the world, impact the world, and to abandon an imprint when he left. These were the sorts of objectives that rose Steve Jobs, and it was this yearning nature that drove him to be perhaps the best chief and visionaries within recent memory.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Noratika binti Abdullah. So I'm going to present about the situational leadership model of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, authoritative demeanor, made a significant impact on the corporate world. Each successful pioneer has own flair. Some are obtrusive, some are soft and gentle, but some are little mini administrators, and some are free enterprise, which is move the great individuals and get. Different situations call for different styles. It may be interesting to mention that innovation is actually productive, but if only you can manage it to result tenaciously. Apple, that created by Steve Jobs, is a company that doesn't invest in a new business era, that chases trend and personally holds employees accountable for their efforts and meet the customer wants on important trends. Additionally, that comprises a person or thing other than Steve Jobs. Furthermore, Apple employees admire Steve Jobs because he inspires them to do even greater feats on behalf of the company and themselves. Additionally, Apple will soon become the most significant company on the planet for this reason. There is so much to be gained from viewing Steve Jobs from the other perspective and looking at his action as a leader of the company in the industry that was in fact undergoing enormous changes. There is no doubt that Steve Jobs was a force of nature extraordinary at the time. Just like the whole advertising business is witnessing right now, considered to be one of the most sincere visionaries, there is so much that we may learn from his action. Some are excellent, but some might be terrible. Steve Jobs will always be remembered for his incredible success in leading Apple and revolutionizing the entire consumer electronic market. He will also be remembered fondly for serving as the best illustration of how making mistakes and failing occasionally may turn out to be the best thing. His passing occurred after he was forced to be retired from his position as Apple CEO due to his deteriorating health. He continues to serve as the organization administrator. Steve Jobs had one of the most well-known rebound kits in the corporate world by the time he ended. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Azlan Arifin Batia, and I'm gonna talk about short description of our leadership style. First of all, we all agree to choose democratic leadership as our personal leadership style. What are the reasons for that? First of all, everyone has freedom to voice out their opinion. It means everyone is given opportunity to speak on their behalf. Second, the democratic leadership style is flexible for everyone. Why? In democratic leadership, democratic leadership, we can speak anything we want to improve the group discussion quality. The third one is it values group discussions. Why? Because everyone has their own opinion and the opinions is valued as much as we can. So none of them are going to be left behind. Okay, so what are the benefits? First of all, everyone feels appreciated. Why? Because every single person in the group are given or is given opportunity to talk about any opinion they have in their mind. So no one is left behind, as I said before. Second, a harmonious situation is preserved. Because of everyone is given a chance or opportunity to talk or voice out their opinion, there will the argument will be minimized or gonna be removed as well. So a harmony situation is maintained and preserved. The third one is it helps to create a better chemistry for the group. Why? Democratic leadership give a big chance for people to understand themselves better between each other. This leads to a better chemistry for the group. So, what the outcome? The outcome is productivity increases from time to time. That's all from us. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.